Професоре Шехтман, првото предавање на Природно-математичкиот факултет со наслов Технолошкото предприемништво, клуч за светскиот просперитет и мир. Второто предавање е предвидено да го одржите во Македонската академија на науките и уметностите. На што конкретно се фокусирате во овие предавања и што е важно за вас?
Israel's economy is based on high tech. Most of what we sell around the world is high technology. Israel is a very poor country in resources. There is nothing in the ground. It's a dry country. But we have one thing which is very important, and this is the most important natural resource, human ingenuity. Because you can develop it. Human ingenuity has to be developed. We have to invest in education. Education is job one for every country. Invest in first in small children, and then in universities, invest in education. Education is job one. One of the other operations that I did over time was the following. I asked myself, how can I convince young people to like science and technology? And my answer was, teach science early. The mayor of my city calls me from his car. He heard me on the radio saying that. He said, Danny, you said early science education. How early? I said, teach science in kindergartens. He says, really? Will you do it in Haifa, my town? I said, do you pay? He said, I will pay. And we started a wonderful program. I encourage other countries to do the same. Really start teaching science. This is not only knowledge. This is also education about free thinking. No nonsense. If you understand the world around you, and you learn how to ask questions, people will not insert nonsense into your head later on.
Зошто и колку е важно малите земји да инвестираат во развој на науката?
Why is it important? Well, science and technology develop two ways. One way is revolution, another way is evolution. Revolution, if you want to know about revolutions, look at the Nobel laureates. Each one of us made a revolution in one field. Medicine, chemistry, physics, and so on. This is a revolution. Somebody discovers something, wow, something new. Then starts evolution. People take the discovery and start to develop new technology. Let me give you an example how advanced we are currently. When penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming, 1928. He discovered penicillin, and he was in England, and he did a fantastic job, but he tried to produce it in large quantities and failed. England tried to produce it in large quantities, penicillin, to save lives of millions, failed. Then the United States came into the game, and they produced very large amounts, saved millions of lives, but the first time penicillin was available to simple people like me and you was 1945. 17 years from discovery to a product in the pharmacy. 17 years. Recently we had the pandemic, corona pandemic. Within one year, companies like BioNTech with Pfizer and Moderna developed vaccines within 1 year to billions of people. In 1 year. Now, the science is fantastic, but science without technology is not useful. So we need both. And this is why we need to educate both scientists and technologists.
Ваша потесна специјалност се квазикристалите, за чии истражувања во 2011 година ја добивате Нобеловата награда за хемија. Важно и интересно е да се спомена дека всушност за вас инспирација се и токму исламските мозаици кои имаат подреден распоред, но не се повторуваат.
Quasi-periodic materials are intermetallic compounds with a special atomic structure. The atoms in them are arranged in a special way. And that special way was thought to be impossible for many years. In fact, the science of crystallography, which is the science that deals with crystal, started in 1912. And all the crystals that were studied, many, hundreds of thousands of them, were all ordered, atoms were ordered and periodic. There was periodicity, such as what you see on the floor, the tiles on the floor here, that are periodic. And nothing else was expected. And I found a new family of crystals which are ordered, but not periodic. And this created a big wave of enthusiasm on one hand and rejection on the other hand. People said, no, that cannot be. And there was some fight, not fists, but writing papers, journals, and finally it was accepted that there are crystals that are periodic and there are crystals that are quasi-periodic. This is a different way in which atoms are arranged. So this is about the discovery. Now about the Islamic tiles. Some Islamic tiles, I have seen them in Granada, in Spain, have five-fold rotation symmetry. They have all kinds of symmetries, two-fold, three-fold, four-fold, and also five-fold. They are very aesthetic, and the reason they are there is because they are aesthetic. So they made tiles which are very aesthetic. It has nothing to do with science, but it has to do with aesthetics. The five-fold rotation symmetry also exists in quasi-periodic materials. So this is the link.
Во време на економска криза, за време на пандемијата со COVID-19, но и по неа, дали конечно станавме свесни за улогата на науката за светот да биде по-добро место за живење?
Health. We are all around the world, or almost all around the world, especially in developed countries, we are healthier, we live longer, and we live better lives thanks to health achievements, medications, vaccinations, and health services. In my country, Israel, I don't know how it is in Macedonia, but you can tell me, everybody is insured. Everybody has health insurance. Everybody. If they can pay, like me, we pay. If they cannot pay, they don't pay. But they get the same service. Everybody. So this is also very important. We still have problems in the world. Pollution. We still pollute the world, and the solutions will come when we learn to better harness the sun energy and the wind energy. We have the technology. It's just a matter of investment in infrastructure. The more we invest in infrastructure, the better is the chance that we will have a clean world. So these are just a few examples.
Во едно свое предавање порачавте на студентите дека треба да бидат одговорни кон себе, да не дозволат да бидат работна сила за исполнување на туѓите соништа.
The dream of becoming an independent owner or startup person is not only a matter of money. Money is a byproduct of a successful startup, but it's a fulfillment of one desire to be independent and to be successful. And many people are like this. They really want to be independent, not work for other people, work for themselves and succeed in it. So this brings them a lot of satisfaction, and if they are successful, also money. But really money is not the issue. Money is a byproduct. Most people who open startup and succeed are happy about themselves. So because they satisfy their desire and went through a difficult time, it's not easy, and this is why becoming an owner of a startup company is also self-fulfillment and indeed satisfaction and happiness, which is a very important part of opening a startup. You satisfy your desires, your need, and you appreciate yourself better because you are successful.
Ви благодарам, професор Шехтман, за интервјуто.
My pleasure.